is a Friday morning. You with me, Christine, on the Waking Crew. And it is great to introduce another episode of the Prosperity Healing Hands Project. This morning, the beneficiary is a 46-year-old lady who was nominated by her employer, although they are more family than employer and employee. Her name is Lena Benjamin, and she has worked for Liesel and her in-laws for over 20 years. Lena did all the housework and looked after Liesel's husband and his sister when they were kids. And when the family moved to Windhoek, Lena was already such a big part of the family that she moved with them. And she eventually started working for Liesel, and when her son was born, it was a given that Lena would look after him as well. And Liesel says that Lena is a real grandmother to Nathan. She actually calls him her grandson. And she's taught his mom plenty about raising a child because she's done it so many times. Lena was looking after the family's home a while ago when they were away one week. And they phoned every day, and Lena asking about Nathan and speaking to him over the phone. Everything seemed fine. And one morning, Liesel's mother-in-law came to the house to pick Lena up to go somewhere. But Lena didn't open the gate, and she didn't answer the home phone when she phoned. And so she rushed home to get her spare keys. When she got into the house, she found Lena lying on the bathroom floor, unconscious. No idea how long she's been lying there. She phoned the medics, and when they picked her up, her blood pressure was an unbelievable 271 over 164. And they found out that Lena had suffered a stroke, which is a huge shock, obviously, to the family. So she spent many months in the hospital. She has recovered. She is working again, but she doesn't have the physical strength that she had before, obviously. She can also now only work 3 days a week because she needs to go to the clinic on the other days to get her checkups, her medication, blood pressure tests. And she also needs to see a doctor for a full checkup and for blood tests every 3 months. But you can't make an appointment for this at the state hospital, and it sometimes takes a full day of waiting to maybe see the doctor. And as you can imagine, for someone who suffered a stroke, who's 46, who has an extremely high blood pressure and needs to work, this is a huge setback. So Liesel nominated Lena in the Prosperity Healing Hands Project because she's made such a huge difference in their lives. She's such a big part of their lives, and they want to try and make things so much easier for Lena. Because she is there to work, she helps with the kids, she gives them advice. So on the line right now, we've got Deacon and we've got Marissa from Staden from Prosperity Group. They are at Lena's workplace to surprise her with the news that she's been chosen. There's also One Africa crew to catch it all on film. Good morning, Deacon.
Good morning, Mosi. We tried to sneak in. Liesel was in on the action and she opened the gate for us, so we tried to sneak in, but Lena was too sharp for us and she saw us coming down the driveway, so she's already come out, and I think she's already got a bit of an idea after listening to you what's going on. Hello, Lena.
Hello.
So do you know what's going on here this morning?
No.
No idea. We've come here to give you a bit of a surprise. I mean, you've been working for the family now for over 20 years.
Yes.
And with Liesel and with Nathan, and you of course had the stroke a while back.
Yes.
And that's made everything a lot more difficult because you can't work the way you used to be able to work, and you have to go to the clinic and you have to go to the doctor, and you have to spend the whole day waiting at the clinic sometimes.
Yes.
But I mean, your health wise, are you feeling better? Obviously the medication that you're on,
Yeah.
is that helping?
Yeah, it's helping.
Well, I've got Marissa here. She's from the Prosperity Group, and she's going to tell you exactly what your surprise is.
Well, Lena, your surprise this morning is that we will cover 1 year's doctor checkups and your prescribed medicine, that you don't have to go and wait at the clinic, that we can see if it goes better with that medication.
Lena is she's completely overwhelmed. So we're not going to get too much of a reaction, but on the video you're going to see an amazing reaction.
Thank you so much, guys. It is amazing to hear that. Deacon, we'll speak to you later when you get back to studio. That was Deacon Marissa from Prosperity Group, who, of course, they head the Healing Hands Project, giving Lena the good news. They, as you heard, they're going to help her with a year's doctor's appointments, pay for it, pay for her medication for her blood pressure, because she takes, I think it's 3 or 4 different types of medications, and to go and wait in line 3 times a week to see someone and go to the clinic the whole time, wait for a doctor. It's a lot of time and a lot of stress for someone who's been through what Lena's been through. Congratulations to Lena and her family.
Yet another week with the Prosperity Healing Hands Group. From Radio Wave, Prosperity Group and One Africa TV, we'll see you next week.
The Healing Hands Project, brought to you by the Prosperity Group of Companies.